Hello, everybody. This is EB, and today I'm going to do a little something different. I'm going to be doing a little review and overview of this Lego set right here. This is the Resistance Bomber. This set was released back in, I believe it was 2017, the same year The Last Jedi came out, which is the movie that this set comes from. And I remember getting this as a Christmas gift, I believe in 2018 or 2019, somewhere around there. Um, and I recognize that I'm a little late to the party. Like, why am I reviewing a set that's as old as this one? Um, I think it's like what 5, 6 years old at this point. So why am I reviewing this set? Well, it's because I have recently made the decision to actually dismantle it and put all the parts into storage. There are two reasons for that. One, I have no real emotional attachment to this thing anymore. I've had it for so long, and it's a good set. It's a very well designed set. But the thing is, like, I've had it for so long that the emotional attachment that I felt for it when I got it as a Christmas gift all those years ago, it has worn off. So I really don't feel the same level of I really don't feel the same level of attachment to it anymore that I did back then when I got this thing. So that's one reason why I decided to dismantle it. The second reason is because it's too big. I have a hard time finding a good place to put this in my room to put it on display. There was this one place that I had it for a while, but it was right next to the window in my room, so a lot of the pieces ended up getting sun damage and being discolored, so it made me realize, like, I'm gonna have to put this somewhere else. So I put it on the other side of my room, but the thing is, the place I ended up putting it wasn't the best place to put it because it was too easy for it to knock over and break, which it has done. It only did that one time, but I still feel like that it was like put in a place where like it would be very easy for that to happen more than once, and I decided probably best not to put up with the hassle. And I decided that since I am going to be taking this apart, for the reasons I just gave, I might as well go ahead and do like one last little thing with it. So I decided to go ahead and like do a little review of the set, even though it's 2023 and this came out in like 2017, I think. So I'm a few years late, but better late than never, I suppose. First things first, we have 5 minifigures in this set. I think only 3 of them are named, with Poe Dameron. I think this is Haldo. I can't remember the name of the character. I believe one of these is Paige. I think it's this one. No, I think it's... Yeah, this minifigure is Paige, if it will focus. This is Rose's sister, who... She's only, like, in the opening fight scene in Last Jedi, but, her sister Rose like gets a lot more screen time. And then you have these two, the other 2 minifigures who are just like nameless pilots, I think. I think all of them have printing on the back of their heads. I think for these 3 characters, I have them displayed with the mask forward because I always had the set displayed with the minifigures inside, and it kind of just made more sense they'd have the masks on. I find it interesting how this guy right here, he has the olive green helmet, while these 2 have the white helmets with a little visor on them. Maybe that's accurate to the movie. I haven't seen it in years. I've only seen it like once when it came out, and I've been meaning to get around to it again, but I just couldn't find the time for it. Not really much that can be said about the 5 minifigures on the set. You know, they're just there. As for the set itself, it is a very well-designed set. Not only does it capture the look of the Resistance bomber very well, but it's also very well engineered so that you can stand it up like this. Because when you look at the proportions of this thing, like, it should not be able to stand up as well as it does, and yet it's designed in such a way where, like, you could just put it on the desk like this and it doesn't fall over, which is a really like, honestly, like, hats off to the designer for this. One thing that you may have noticed if you own this set yourself, or if you've seen pictures of it, there are some pieces that are different because I have modified the set a bit. Like the blue wings, on that that are seen right here. In the actual set, if you buy this for yourself, those wings are gray, not blue. I think I needed the gray wing pieces for something that I was working on. So I took them off of this set and I replaced them with the blue ones. And it just kind of worked out because, you know, blue just happens to match with the color scheme of the thing. But I think a time came when I really didn't need those gray pieces anymore. So I put them back on the Resistance bomber. But by that point, for so long, like, it just had the blue wings on it, and I'd gotten so used to the blue wings that I actually kind of didn't like how the gray wings looked anymore, so I put them back to being blue. It's not accurate to how it looks in the movie, but I like the way it looks, so I just decided to keep the change anyways. I like the design of this ship, and I know a lot of people like to goof on the Resistance bomber from Last Jedi for a lot of reasons. You know, a lot of people talking about, like, how slow they were and how useless they were. But I think they have a really good design. You know, the World War II bomber thing it has going on, I think it looks really cool. So I feel like that not only does this thing, like, it has a few play features. I think it's going to be kind of hard to just show them off with one hand, but you can remove this part of the ship. Come on. There we go. I think you can fit 2 minifigures inside the cockpit, but usually I just like to have the guy with the olive green helmet inside. I was gonna put him in, but I had to put his arms up first because, like, he doesn't fit unless you put his arms up. And then slide that back on. You can also open this part up, and that part of the ship, that's usually where I fit Poe Dameron. So I just put him inside there, put the little bubble on. Now, the only thing I really don't like about this set, or it's kind of a nitpick, but I don't like that gap that's right there underneath the little bubble. Because, you know, this ship is meant to be out in the vacuum of space, and if they weren't out in the vacuum of space, that would suck all the air out, and it just... I tried modifying it one time to get around that problem, but I couldn't really make it work, so I just kind of gave up. Another thing that you can do is that you can take this entire section, lift it up, and then you can get some look at the interior. Hold on, I might get a flashlight to shine so that you can actually get a better look inside, because right now this isn't the best. There we go. Yeah. There's not much. You do get a swivelly chair, some control panels, you have Poe in the back, you have those backpacks. This part of the ship, I usually like to put Holdo in. So you see those blue chairs, they're originally black in the actual set. I think you need black chairs for something, so I switched them out for blue, and hold on. Again, this is very difficult to do with just one hand, so there you have Holdo in her swivelly chair. And then you can also just put it back on, and his characters are sealed inside. back here you have these big guns, and they can rotate. I think it's a complete 360, and you also have little stud launchers on them as well. It's like if you push that gray button, it would shoot the stud out. I'm not going to demonstrate that because I don't want to lose the stud, especially not that I'm going to take it apart. At the very back, you also have these little turrets. They can swivel around like this. You can move these little appendages up or down, and these act like little guns in the back of the ship, so they can defend the craft from enemy fire from behind. And you get 2 of them. There's one down here as well. Now the thing about when I talked about the set, oh, this is the only thing about the set that I don't like, I kind of lied. I didn't mean to. I just forgot about other things about the set that I don't like, and one of them is this right here. How much the bottom pod sticks up when you lay it down. When you lift it up to play with it, it doesn't have that problem. But then you go to lay it down, and then it does that. I have tried again. This is another modification that I attempted to make. If I take off the other hub, you can see this assembly on the back of that attaches these discs right here. I did attempt to switch it upside down, so this tan pin that sticks out would be down here instead of up here, so that this problem of it sticking up, it won't stick up as much and it would kind of not look as good. But for some reason I kind of abandoned that. I'm not sure why. I can't remember exactly what made me decide not to do that. I must have had a good reason to, though, because if I didn't, then I would have kept it, And of course, you can put the minifigures inside of here. I'm only going to demonstrate for the back one because I think it would be easier to do. Oh boy. And yeah, fit them right there. You close these off, and the back of the ship is protected. Not just from these swivelly things, but these big guns right here. I like to imagine that Poe has control of these guns. Well, it's the only thing that makes sense. What else could it be? There's a lot of rockets on the back of the ship. This one right here, I kind of switched the piece out. The gray piece used to be a translucent orange piece that went on the back. All these blue pieces were transparent orange on the original, but for some reason I switched it out with blue. I don't know why. I think it's because it's blue in the actual movie. And I think I put blue studs in the holes of this piece right here to act as the rocket thrust, but I do think this gray piece exists in that color, the translucent blue. So it could be used instead. But right now I can't be bothered to look for it right now, and also I am going to take this apart eventually, so no real point in doing it now. I think there's, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 rockets pushing this thing forward, which kind of makes sense considering how big the ship is. You would probably need 6 rockets on it to create maximum thrust to actually push it forward, but even then it was still slow as molasses. You have this part that can lift up. In the actual set, there's a spare. Hold on, let me. So on the side of the ships, you have these little boxes, and there's this button right here. And when you push it, it launches the spring forward. I'm not gonna demonstrate it properly. I'm just gonna do it enough so I can show this piece right here. There's a spare one. If you build the actual set, there's a spare one that's hidden there. Because these are easy to lose, so they gave you a spare one just in case. I ended up taking it out, and the reason why is because I never really use the spring-loaded feature. I don't really play with this set. I don't play with the Lego stuff that I have. I just have them for display. So there's really no point in the spare one that the set came with. So I just kind of ended up getting rid of it. But I think that the playing feature that this thing is most well known for, because it's a bomber. You can drop bombs. This is going to be... I don't know how to demonstrate this with one hand, because, if I had both hands available, I would just, drop into the other one. So, but, not much I can do, so I'm just going to... Yeah, and there's 6 of them in total, but I lost one, so I only have 5 at the moment. So you press this little contraption back here. It uses a few Technic pieces inside. The mechanism is actually pretty simple. It's not that complicated, but you push it and it drops the bombs out. And when you need to reload, you come back up here, you open these little panels, and you drop it in, and it goes right back in, and you're ready to do some more bombardment. So I think that's basically everything I have to say about this set. It's pretty good. It does have some drawbacks, like I said before, like for example, like this awkward thing up here, down here, and like the little gaps underneath that bubble. But honestly, that's really the only things about the set that I don't like, and they're not very significant details. They're more nitpicks than they are anything. I think that overall this is a very well designed ship. Well, not ship, set. This is a very well designed set. Sorry, my brain kind of farted there for a second. You know, I think I was kind of considering whether or not I'd recommend this set. I'd say, like, if you're a fan of the Resistance Bomber, then sure. But the thing is, I don't know that many fans of the Resistance Bomber. Like, people, in my experience, will say, like, you know, they're not a very... It's a nice designed ship, but a nice designed ship, I should probably say. It's a nice designed ship. But, logistically speaking, it doesn't really work as well in the movie because of like how slow it is. So it's not a very beloved ship, so I don't imagine that this set kind of did super well with a lot of people. It is a good set. I'm glad that I have it. But you know, the time has come, I feel, for me to like I said, disassemble the thing, put the pieces into storage. I feel like that I've lost all connection to this thing. Like, I feel like that it's outlived its welcome. I don't really have anywhere to put it in my room anymore, so I feel the time has come to finally take it apart and put it to rest, I guess. So that's really all I have to say about this set in particular. So goodbye for now.